What's up? So recently I left my old gym and got a membership at a new gym because my old gym was just dying down. They were losing business. There was no one really ever in the gym, so I couldn't really vibe off anyone there. And so I got a membership at this new gym and I'm loving it so far. It's like always packed, bitches in there, you know, all good. And the other day I was in there and a kid wanted a spot, so I have no problem giving anybody a spot if they ask me. So of course I gave him a spot, and I'm spotting him, but like on the third rep he's really struggling. So by this time he's on the barbell bench press, and I'm sitting here curling what he can't get, and I'm seriously fucking tired after doing this because he's doing way too much weight. But I'm not a dickhead. I'm not going to say anything to him or whatever like that. But I've noticed people, it's more social in there because it's more packed, so people are going to be more prone to talk to you. So of course he starts talking to me, asking me what I do for this, my rep range. And then he asked me if I'm taking creatine. I was like, yeah, I just take it in the morning, 5 grams in the morning, 5 grams at night. All of a sudden, his eyes widen. He gives me like this horrific look like I just killed somebody, okay? And he goes, wait, you're taking it at night? He's like, that could really dehydrate you, man. And he's just all worried. And I'm just like, what? Like, he's just trying to tell me I just helped you spot, and he's just trying to tell me I'm doing something wrong. And you can really tell if someone knows what they're doing in the gym by just looking at the fucker, If he's big or shredded even, they had to do that somehow. They had to alter their body somehow to do that. And if they were able to accomplish that, they know what the fuck they're doing. But on the other hand, if dude's underdeveloped, not looking that good, and he comments on something or gives you advice, what are the chances I'm actually going to take that advice into consideration, Sometimes they might be right, but most of the time they're really not. So just in the past couple days, a lot of guys have been talking in there, and it's like almost like they don't want to talk. It's not like social, but they just want to get a comment and they want to express their knowledge of lifting, like, oh, you're doing this, I heard this and that, and, or you should do this, try this out. And, like, go the fuck away, I'll do my own thing, But I've just been hearing so many myths in the gym, just at this new gym, because it's so packed. People just like to talk and talk. So I actually wrote down a list of common myths that people actually believe and they swear by. Like, these dudes don't know any better, but they swear by it. Like, they really think this stuff works. And at a time, I believed this stuff worked. Like, I really followed a lot of these things on here. And I'm not trying to be cocky or a dickhead or anything, but just in the past week I've realized how a lot of these guys are doing a lot of things wrong. So maybe you could take some of this and I could actually help you. Again, I'm not trying to be cocky, I've just done a little more research than I think a lot of you guys have done. So the first one on here is like probably my favorite thing ever, is the anabolic time window. If you don't know what that is, it's when you work out, you have 30 minutes to get a protein shake in you. If you don't, you're just totally fucked, man. You won't gain any muscle at all. So these guys, I just saw a guy in there today actually, had a duffel bag. He had like 2 things of whey protein, and it filled up his whole fucking duffel bag, man. After his workout, I went over his duffel bag, opened it, put a shake in, shook it up, and fucking downed that bitch in like 2 seconds. Like, he had to get that shit in or else. I walk out of that bitch, I don't get a protein shake hour, 2 hours after I'm done. The reason being, I've read that who knows if it's true, but I've read, it makes sense to me, that when you're in the gym, you release growth hormone from intense weightlifting. So, if you're releasing all that growth hormone, when you like take in proteins or any type of food, you're going to shut that down right away. So why would you want to shut it down? Or you could let it go for another hour from the weightlifting, and it'll continue to release growth hormone, and that's what I do. And to be honest, I don't think fucking 30 minutes is going to do anything anyways. Like, if you get it in 30 minutes, what's the difference between getting it 3 hours later? It's not like that 30 minutes is going to be like, boom, Either way, both of them are still going to help you grow muscle. It's going to repair. It's part of the repairing process. Shit, you could eat a chicken breast after workout. You don't even have to get a protein shake. A lot of people think you have to get you're not bringing your protein shake to the workout, man. You got to get that shit in you. Like, no, you could literally have a chicken breast after a workout. It's going to take longer to digest because whey protein is the fastest digesting protein. Chicken is going to sit in your stomach for a while, digest in like 3-4 hours. But then again, it's going to do the same fucking thing. It's going to rebuild your muscle. So that shit's all a myth. And you see guys, so let's say I'm at wherever and I put a chicken breast 2 chicken breasts on my plate. And then dude has a chicken breast. He goes, why are you putting 2 chicken breasts on your plate? You can only absorb 20 grams of protein. You'll piss out the rest. No. So you want me to fucking sit down and plan 10 meals of 20 grams of protein so I can get 200 grams a day. 10 meals planned out throughout the day. Man, that is so much fucking work, and that takes a lot of dedication. And at one point in my life, I did that, but I switched over to not giving a fuck, and it's working better for me. So you should probably give that a try and stop overthinking the pissing out the protein shit and just eat the food, you know? But then again, a lot of people follow that. They read the shit on the internet about metabolism, eat every 3 hours, you know? Meal frequency, it doesn't matter when you eat. You don't have to eat every 3 hours. You can eat fucking twice a day, and it's the same fucking thing as eating 8 meals a day. Same fucking thing, man. And these people are just going crazy over mealtime, and they're fucking themselves in the mind. It has to be such a mind fuck, dude. I've been through it. So, here's another fun one. Running. You'll see people talk about like trying to lose weight, and if you run, you'll get really small, or running, you'll lose all your gains. Like, you'll just burn off all your muscle. No, it actually takes it from your fat first. It's not going to just strip off your muscle. Think. Evolution. Do we adapt to just burning our muscle for fuel? No. We burn fat for fuel. So the only way you're going to actually burn your muscle is if your diet really sucks and you're running a lot, or if you're already really lean, have a 6-pack, and you decide to fucking just book it for fucking 2 hours. You don't have any fat to burn, so it's going to have to break down something for fuel. And if you're on an empty stomach, it's going to have to be muscle, you know? So there's that. Eating before bed stores as fat. So that's false. If I'm at 1,700 calories and I need to get to 2,800 calories and I max 1,100 calories before I go to bed, it's not going to store as fat because I met my requirements for the day. If I'm at my 2,800 calories at the end of the day and I decide to eat again, yeah, it's going to store as fat because it doesn't matter when, but anything over your calories that to maintain your body weight is going to be stored as fat. Anything over. It doesn't matter if it's the last meal of the day, or if you had all your calories at breakfast and then you eat at noon, that noon meal is going to be stored as fat. It doesn't matter. So, the no soreness equals no gains. If you're not sore, you're not getting bigger. And that's false. Your body is going to eventually adapt to working out. It's going to get used to it. And you're probably not going to get sore anymore. And that could be because of your nutrition and creatine and stuff like that. But you're still breaking down those muscle fibers, and they're going to have to rebuild, and they're going to rebuild stronger, and, you know, it's just, come on. Let's see. Muscle gain and fat loss. Can you do them at the same time? No. You have to pick one or the other. You see guys trying to maintain weight, and they don't get any bigger, or you see guys lifting weights, trying to get bigger, and then doing a lot of cardio, and they never get bigger. You have to pick one or the other, unless you're first starting to work out. You can shock your muscles enough to make them grow, but you could possibly lose a little bit of weight. But it's highly unlikely, not likely at all. Supplements, they're bullshit, man. Most of them are fucking bullshit. Fat burners are bullshit. People are gonna try to sell you when you walk in the store. They're gonna be like, "What are you doing? You're cutting, you're gaining muscle. Okay, you're cutting. You're gonna need to take this fat burner. You're gonna want to keep your muscle. You're gonna want to do this, dude. It's bullshit. They're business. What do you think they're gonna do? They're gonna try to sell shit to you. Metabolism. So let's say we have a dude sitting here and he downs a Big Mac and fries. He has a high metabolism, so he's just going to burn that off while sitting there. No. Metabolism isn't just the way you burn off stuff. It's how much you move, man. If you have a high metabolism, it means you fucking move a lot. It's not just some crazy thing that you just burn off shit like none other. I mean, some people are genetically enhanced, but most of them aren't. Metabolism is how much you move. So I think I got one more on here. Oh, I got 2 more on here. Maybe 3. Okay. Cutting. They say you lose a lot of muscle. If you do it the right way and you're not a total fuck up, you won't lose barely any muscle at all. None at all. It'll be okay, man. It's okay. Abs. This goes for other muscles too, not just abs. So let's say you see a guy with an 8-pack. Some guys would be like, "Hey man, what do you do for an ab workout?" Why the fuck would you be asking what he does for an ab workout? I'd be asking about his calorie intake, how much cardio he does, because he didn't just do a shit ton of sit-ups and his abs just fucking popped out of his skin, you know? He got to below 10% body fat, and he had to do that between restricting his calories or doing some type of cardio. It wasn't the fucking sit-ups, man. That's not what did it. And people believe that abs you could do 1,000,000 sit-ups a day, and you won't be able to see your abs if there's lay over it. Like, it's not gonna happen. And then the last one I have here is, if you want to gain a shit ton of muscle, you gotta be in the rep ranges between 4 and 6, super heavy, as heavy as you can go. And for one, you're probably gonna hurt your joints like that, or even hurt your shoulder, most likely if you're going that heavy. And they do that because the bodybuilders do that. But yeah, the bodybuilders are also on fucking steroids. So why would I watch or take advice from a guy who's on steroids when I'm not on steroids? So yeah, it might work for him, but his body's totally fucking different than mine. It won't have the same effect at all on mine. I would take advice from a guy that's all natural, because his body is more like mine, and my body will react more like his did. Not like a guy on steroids. That's so unbelievable. When people like try to do the same workout as bodybuilders, you're not going to get the same results. Some bodybuilders go in there and work out for fucking 30 minutes and they're huge, I'm not going to work out for 30 minutes a day and get huge. So I just thought I'd make a couple myths, or read up a couple myths to show you guys that, dude, there's a lot of bullshit out there. You got to kind of figure out your own thing. But I'm just sick of hearing all this bullshit in the gym. But there you go. You don't have to believe me. And if you think I'm wrong about any of this, feel free to let me know. I'll feel free to disagree with you. But I believe like 95% of it's accurate. But if you think something's wrong, just let me know. So there you go.